There's a strange kind of grief that no one really prepares you for losing a childhood friend. Not through death, not through a dramatic fight, but slowly, quietly. One day, you realize the person who once knew everything about you has become a stranger. And somehow, that hurts more than we expect. As children, friendships feel permanent. We don't question them. The kid who sat beside us in class rode bicycles with us after school, shared snacks, secrets, and silly dreams. We assume they'll always be there. Childhood friendships are built in a world before ego, before status, before adulthood complicates everything. That's why losing a childhood friend feels different from losing other relationships. They didn't just know who you are now, they knew who you were before the world changed you. Psychologically, childhood friends become tied to our identity. They hold memories we can't fully access alone. When you think about your younger self, chances are their face appears somewhere in the memory. They witnessed your awkward phases, your fears, your innocence. Around them, you didn't have to perform. You were simply yourself. So when that connection disappears, it can feel like losing a piece of your own history. And the hardest part is that most childhood friendships don't end with closure. There's usually no final conversation, no official goodbye. Life just happens. Different schools, different cities, different priorities. Replies become slower, calls become rare, birthdays turn into quick Instagram stories instead of real conversation. Until eventually, silence becomes normal. What makes this emotionally confusing is that society rarely treats it as a real loss. If a romantic relationship ends, people comfort you. If a family member dies, people understand your grief. But losing a friend, especially one who's still alive somewhere, creates a very invisible kind of sadness. You start asking yourself strange questions. Did I outgrow them? Did they outgrow me? Could I have tried harder? Sometimes you even revisit old photos or conversations, trying to figure out exactly when things changed. But most of the time, there isn't a single moment. Relationships often fade in tiny unnoticed steps, and maybe that's what hurts the most. Because deep down, we expect childhood friendships to survive forever. They represent stability, familiarity, a connection to simpler times. Losing that friendship forces us to confront something uncomfortable. People change. And so do we. The truth is, growing up often means growing apart. Not because someone was bad or toxic or unworthy, but because life shapes people differently. One person becomes ambitious, another becomes quiet. One moves away emotionally, the other still holds on to the past. Sometimes love remains, but compatibility disappears. Psychologists often say humans are deeply attached to nostalgia because it gives us emotional continuity, the feeling that our past and present selves are still connected. Childhood friends become symbols of that continuity. Losing them can feel like losing access to a former version of yourself. That's why reconnecting with an old friend after years can feel almost magical. Suddenly, memories return. Old emotions wake up. For a moment, you feel like your younger self again. But not every friendship can be revived, and that's okay. Not all relationships are meant to last forever to be meaningful. Some people are meant to walk with us through certain chapters only. Their role in our story still matters, even if the story changed direction. The psychology of losing a childhood friend teaches us something painful but important. Human connection is fragile. Time changes people. Distance changes people. Life changes people, but the memories remain. And maybe that's the real beauty of childhood friendships. Even when the people disappear, a part of them quietly stays with us in the way we laugh, the stories we tell, the songs we remember, and the person we eventually become. Did you have any childhood friends? Whom do you still remember spending time with? If so, tell us.